So RimWorld update 1.2 launched, and it's a pretty big one. I have an interesting playthrough idea, and it's going to be a variation of Lost Tribe. There's been a ton of new updates to psycasting, and Lost Tribe can be really good with psycast because I believe the Lost Tribe faction can learn free abilities from meditating at the anima tree. So the Void Storyteller unfortunately has not been updated to 1.2, so today we're going to be playing with Randy Random on a custom difficulty. So we're going to crank up the threat scale to max, and this adjusts the size of raids, infestations, and the difficulty of quests. There's a couple more things we're going to change around. We're going to lower the scary rot chance down to 0%. So if we get a manhunter pack of animals, we'll be able to skin all of them. We're also going to lower the enemy death on downed down to 50%. And this is going to make it harder for raiders to die, so we can potentially take more prisoners. And now this one's interesting. Colonist insta-kill chance. I'm going to lower this down to 0%. And this means that colonists won't die randomly to bad RNG, like say a stray bullet will hit someone in the head. It will still knock them out and eventually they'll bleed out, but we will potentially be able to save them. At least that's the idea here. And I'm just trying to reduce some of that kind of really bad RNG that is pretty much uncontrollable. Unfortunately, the map generation mod I'm using has not been updated yet, so we're going to have to play with just the standard map creator here, but it doesn't look all too bad. The map still does look pretty populated. All right, so here's the starting colonists we have to choose from. I did random all of them, although we do have the prepared carefully mod installed, as there is one small thing I need to do after choosing our 5 colonists. So Zebra really sucks. She's got Alzheimer's, she's frail, she's got asthma. No thank you, I'm just going to dump her down here. We're leaving her behind. Vulture's not bad. He's a fast learner, really good at art, good at crafting as well. Dorn is good at crafting, but doesn't like men. She is acetate though, which is a decent trait. She doesn't need a nice bedroom. Mouse has pretty good traits. He's beautiful and kind, and Night Owl is actually pretty good too, and he's a good medic. The only problem is he has carcinoma in his torso, and he's 70. He's kind of old. I think we're going to dump Mouse as well. We don't want to deal with carcinoma. Now Green is interesting. He's an underground miner, which is good. He can pretty much mine forever, and also he's a cook, which combos again really well with undergrounder because he doesn't have to go outside and he can permanently cook. He is incapable of violent though, so he can't do any fighting. I think we want Green though. He's a good all-around dude. I will say Gorman is kind of annoying, and randomly he'll just go on eating sprees, so that is a bit of a negative, and if someone is really good at cooking, then we might replace him. And actually somebody has 9 cooking. It's going to be Ibis or Quail. Yeah, it's actually Quail. But Ibis, whoa, has the trait Brawler and Tough and 8 in melee and 6 in social. Okay, this is going to be our leader, I think. So this is the reason why I have the prepared carefully mod installed, because I was going to choose a leader and give them the Pyromaniac trait. So originally I was really against using the prepared carefully mod because I wanted you guys to know that I completely randomed everything. One thing I did find out though is if you want to change people's stats with a prepared carefully mod, you have to start the game right after. So you can't go back to this create character screen, and what this means is that all these colonists are completely random. The only thing I could have done is re-random some of them, but I assure you I did not, which you may or may not believe me. I mean, Ibis is so perfect for what we're trying to do that I don't expect people to believe that I just randomly got Ibis on the first random of all these guys. I think the only thing I can do for future playthroughs is like stream when I'm creating my character and stream like the first part of the game. Shout out to my stream at twitch.tv/TheRayman. Anyways, back into the video. But yeah, Ibis is going to be amazing at combat with her brawler trait, so she gets extra hit chance, and she's tough, so she takes 50% less damage. She also has 12 in animals as well, which is going to be really nice, and she's got a burning passion for planting. All around, Ibis is just amazing, so yeah, we're going to definitely take her. And then Quail was the one that had good cooking, who by the way is also an undergrounder. He is asexual though, which is arguably not a good trait. The question is, would we rather have Quail or Green for our cook, or are some of these guys good at cooking and mining? I don't know, let's find out. So Lyra actually is very perceptive, which gives a bunch of bonuses to social, although she only has 2 in social, and Ibis already has really good social anyways. She's also lazy, so she works slower. That's not the best, although it lowers her mental break chance. She also does have 6 in shooting, which is pretty good. I'm kind of surprised that very perceptive doesn't give her bonuses to shooting, but yeah, it would be nice to have someone that's good at shooting, and she's also good at intellectual. She'd be a lazy researcher though, which is not the best. Let's move on to Parrot, who actually is going to be better at intellectual with a burning passion for it, and is an undergrounder, so she could just research full time and never has to go outside. And she's going to be less useful than Lyra at combat. Down here we got Gabella, who does have the frail torso trait. That sucks because she's really good at construction and planting. She's actually amazing at construction. Scrapper gives her 10% more construction speed. She's 86 years old though, holy cow. Yeah, we're not going to take Gabella. So yeah, Gabella, Mouse, and Zebra all are too old and they have health conditions. Now we just got to decide, do we want to bring along Green or Quail for our cook? Green also is really good at mining, so we'll probably just bring him because we have no one else that's good at mining. Now do we want to bring along Lyra or Parrot for, I guess, our researcher? I will say one thing that's very annoying about Parrot is she is jealous, so she gets a mood loss for not having the best bedroom. And so I think for that reason, and the fact that Lyra also does have a burning passion for shooting, makes me really want to bring along Lyra. And the lazy trait is not going to affect her combat ability. In fact, it's actually going to make it better better because she's got less chance of having a mental breakdown, and you really don't want your combat people to be having mental breakdowns. You need them to be ready to fight at a moment's notice. So yeah, I'll just go back over our colonists really quick. We got Lyra, our lazy researcher slash shooter, and she can also do melee. We got Green, our cook slash miner, and he's got the undergrounder trait, so he doesn't care about mining in darkness or cooking inside for too long. Next we got Dorna, who's actually not bad at construction. She's got 4. We do have someone that has 6 construction, by the way, but she has a minor passion for it, so she will eventually level up her construction. The main thing though is she's really good at crafting. She's got 11 in it, and she's also good at planting as well. She is actually our best planter. Next we got the staggeringly ugly artist, which by the way does increase Vulture's global work speed. It's just everyone's gonna hate him because he's ugly. He's also a fast learner, so he's gonna learn art really quick, and he's just gonna be cranking out art left and right. He's also a night owl, so he's gonna want to sleep during the day and work at night, and if we do that, he's gonna get mood bonuses for it. And then finally we got our leader Ibis, who is gonna rule with an iron fist, as she is a tough brawler, so she takes less damage in melee, is good with animals, can also plant as well. She has a burning passion for planting, minor passion for construction too, I didn't even see that part, and she's also good at social, or will be eventually once we level it up. She's got a burning passion for it. And finally, the reason why we have the prepared carefully mod installed is we're giving Ibis the trait Pyromaniac, and there's a reason for that. Part of me really wants to change around that hairstyle too. That's so ugly. So the origin of this tribe is they were exploring some ancient tombs and they came across this Phoenix armor, which is a new armor piece introduced in patch 1.2, and it gives really good protection and really good insulation against the heat. It's also got really low flammability, and it's not likely to burn, and if it does catch on fire, it's not gonna burn very much. It also can fire incendiaries, but it does cost chem fuel to do this, so we're gonna need some boomlopes, which Ibis does have 12 in animals, so we could tame boomlopes if they're on the map. So the tribe came across this Phoenix armor, and when Ibis put it on, she was immediately drawn to all things fire, hence is why she has the Pyromaniac trait. Also in the tomb, there was this Persona Plasma Sword, the Deathmaker, and in 1.2, Persona weapons have built-in traits that can be negative or positive, and this one's actually really positive. I think it's one of the best ones. It increases the wielder's movement speed by 15%, and yeah, we're gonna have Ibis equip that. Once she does, no one else can use it. I don't see a reason why we'd want anyone else to use it. Ibis is our melee person, and she's also a brawler, and she's tough. The Phoenix armor does lower her movement speed by 0.8 as well, so hopefully the movement speed from this plasma sword is gonna make up for that. And yeah, without further ado, here's our map. We got some ocean over here. That's weird. I actually didn't even see the ocean on the map. Yep, there is actually ocean over here. Okay. So I chose the starting position because it's pretty close to a couple tribes that are very hostile, and if we raid them and take some of them prisoner, they're very likely to join us because we're tribal as well. There's also an infested settlement nearby that we could raid for some loot. There's also a friendly tribal faction pretty close we can trade with, a friendly medieval faction, and a friendly really high-tech faction. I think these are spacers, and we can trade with these guys too. So down here we got our anima tree. We can carry out a psychic linking ritual with a tree and upgrade someone's powers. So there's a couple circles around the tree. I believe the grass can grow in this green circle, and so that's kind of why I'm not really sure if it's good that it's near this rough limestone. But then inside this orange circle, it's good to have no buildings inside of it, as that will lower the meditation power that's given from the anima tree, and we'll find out more as we go along. But yeah, first thing we're going to want to do is deconstruct these steel walls and this large steel. I don't think this is helping the anima tree grow. And so the tree's here. I actually like the idea of building in the bottom right corner over here because there's rich soil and it's walled off pretty well. We could get raided from behind, which would suck, but there's a pretty low chance of that happening, and overall I feel like this is probably the most protected area, at least that's close to the anima tree. There's also an ancient tome over here, by the way, which that is a little bit exciting. We're not going to open it early game though. We don't want to deal with the wealth, and we want to get our colony established before we have to deal with something like that. All right, so first things first, with the lost tribe start, we were given a bunch of food and wood, and we also have 3 animals, by the way. I haven't gone over these guys. We got this monkey chaplain who pretty much sucks. He does have a nuzzle interval of 1 day though, so he's going to boost people's mood when he does nuzzle them. We also got Splash the warg, who is going to be actually pretty good at combat, I believe. And then we got Chauffeur the Arctic fox, and this guy's also pretty good at combat. Well, he's okay. He's got half the DPS of the warg, and I'm guessing he doesn't have that much HP. The first thing we're going to focus on making is a really massive rec room, and we're also going to make this our bedroom as well. By the way, with the tribal start, we actually can't build beds. We can only make bedrolls, and currently we have no cloth to do that, or animal leathers. We could go hunt some animals though. Okay, well, Lyra's not currently doing anything. We have not built her a research table yet, so we're gonna have her go hunt some of these boars, and Ibis is over here just in case all these boars do revenge, which there's a pretty good chance they do. Like, this whole pack could go manhunter and charge at all of us. As the more animals that are nearby, the greater the chances that they go manhunting mode. Oh, and actually this fox is helping us out here. It's hunting this wild boar, and yeah, it's gonna eat the boar. That's kind of annoying. It ate 11% of its body parts. Oh, it's not that bad, I guess. But yeah, we're just gonna have Lyra hunt all of these boars. and we're gonna let the fox come over here and rest. And I guess we'll have Lyra tend up the fox. Lyra has our best medical with 3, which is not good, but tending up the fox did boost her medical a bit. Holy crap, what is the chance of that? His construction success chance is 90%, and he just botched, I think, all of these walls. Imagine the chances of that. Oh, and here we go, we're building the butcher table. If we botch this, that's a loss of like 40 wood, I think. Okay, cool, we built it. We can now start butchering up these wild boars, and that's really good timing because we're completely out of pemmican, and he's gonna go cook the meats. We also need to put a zone over here for all the meals and the meats. And yeah, just like that, we got 10 simple meals, so we're gonna be good on food. They probably aren't gonna be poisoned either, because green does have 8 cooking, giving him only a 0.15% chance of food poison. This room was also clean when green did cook the meals in it, and by the way, this interface looks a bit different. Looks a bit more clean, I like it. And speaking of clean, yeah, this room is very clean. So we're now almost on day 3, and we're gonna start meditating at the anima tree. Vulture's our artist, and currently we don't have any excess materials we can use to craft art, so we're gonna have Vulture meditate pretty much full time when he's awake. And by him doing that, he's slowly building progress towards anima grass. For the linking ritual, we need 20 anima grass. So yeah, I mean, 1 grass doesn't take that long, but it's gonna take a while to get 20. Should build some more meditation spots over here, and people will just randomly come over here to meditate for recreation. I'm not sure how well this is gonna go. Lyra is currently hunting this grizzly bear. Okay, first hit revenge, of course. And this thing is quick, by the way. It's moving at 4.6. Lyra is also moving at 4.6. We also, by the way, are not currently using running gun, and I think that shot might hit. Yeah, it did. Very nice. It's pretty easy to hit this grizzly because it's massive, so yeah. And by the way, green actually can't help, so we're gonna have green just go do something else. But mainly we got ibis over here. Oh, Lyra got tagged pretty hard, actually. That's not great, but Lyra is not our most useful person anyways, so it's not that big of a deal. We just can't let her get hit again. Oh gosh, she got hit again. She's gonna die in 7 hours. Hope that's not ideal. We're gonna have everyone just kite the grizzly, I think. It is moving really slow now, so we can have Vulture and Dorna just range it down. We don't even need to send ibis in there. Oh, this is awkward. And there we go, we killed it. Well, that was a bit unfortunate, but that will be a lot of meat and 65 leather, assuming we don't waste a good amount of it, which we probably will. But yeah, Ibis is using a pretty good chunk of our herbal medicine actually for this. With Ibis's 2 medical skill, she's going to get a 22% tend, which did stop the bleeding of her index finger, which did get torn off, and that's not good at all. And there we go, we patched up all of Lyra's injuries. We should definitely keep this room clean, by the way. The dirtier this room is, the greater chance of infection. And yeah, we should actually floor this room in ASAP because the soil is making it dirtier, and actually everyone's just flooring it in right on cue. We need to also move this butcher table out of here because that's lowering the cleanliness of the room. Oh, and by the way, we made 3 bedrolls out of the pig skin, 2 normal ones actually. That's pretty good. Only 1 poor one. But yeah, we're gonna have Lyra sleep in one of those. She's gonna eat a simple meal, I guess, before she does it. And this room's only slightly dirty now. I'm not sure what's making it dirty. There's just got to be like a speck of dirt somewhere because slightly dirty is not bad. Oh, there's some dirt over here, and there we go. It's still slightly dirty actually. With the beauty meter, we can actually see where the dirt is. Oh, very nice. Over here too. And there's some over here too. And it's clean, for the most part. As clean as it's gonna get anyways. Oh, and we got a Psychic Soothe, very nice. That was, I think, our first event. That's gonna boost all of our females' moods by 16, and we do have 3 females, so that was a good one. It's now day 4, Lyra's healed up pretty good. She still does have some wounds, but they're not that bad anymore. And Ibis is currently working on this research bench, which she was successful at, and we also are making this art bench, which we were successful at as well. And we can now start researching towards stone cutting, which is gonna be a big one. It's only 450 research, and apparently it's medieval, so ordinarily it only costs 300, but for us it's 450 because we're the tribal faction. And by the way, Dorn just got a work frenzy inspiration, which is actually really nice. She's got 11 crafting and 7 planting. She's going to be smashing through these plants. Oh, and by the way, they want us to name our faction. We're going to call it the Tribe of Flame, as that's kind of our theme here. And settlement is going to be called the Flame by the Ocean because we are by an ocean. And holy crap, Dorna is just melting through those trees, and she's planting so quickly. We are planting a bunch of rice over here, by the way. But yeah, the work frenzy is really nice. It boosts her global work speed by 80%. We also would really like to make her a hatchet as well, as we can give that to her and she'll work even quicker on planting. And Dorna can actually make that for herself, I think, with her 11 crafting. Or she actually wants to make it out of slate blocks, but we want to save those slate blocks for something else. So yeah, we're just gonna make it out of wood. One would think a wooden hatchet would not be all that efficient, but it's gonna do the job. Just as good as a slate one would or a steel one. Again, that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. And it was a good one too, by the way. But yeah, we're gonna give that to Dorna, and her plant work speed is now 212% because that hatchet boosted by 33. There's also a bunch of berry bushes up here, and it would actually be really good to cut these because we have a bunch of meat over here that's gonna go bad in 18 hours. And actually, yeah, she's getting a really good harvest yield for all this stuff. There's like no chance she can botch really with her 7 planting. We can turn all these berries into kibble, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. It's a new day, and now we're going to try to turn all this meat into kibble, which, by the way, we only have 6 hours, and the meat's all going to go bad. That's not ideal. We're going to move the butcher table over here and have a dumping stockpile zone right here, just so we can dump the kibble right here when we're done with it. And yeah, it's going to go bad in 4 hours, but we're making a ton of kibble. And crap, there's 1 berry... There's 10 berries over here. Okay, we're gonna do something pro here. We're gonna have green prioritize cooking, and we're gonna make meals for now. Then we're gonna have Ibis come over here and haul these berries back to the stockpile zone. And yeah, we're just gonna try to not let any of this meat spoil, ideally. And okay, we got the berries over here, and now we're gonna turn it into kibble. Do we have more berries, by the way? Oh, way over here, there's a ton of berries. Okay, we're gonna haul all these. We still got 1 hour on the meats. And let's see if we can do it. Oh, there's only 18 berries over here. That's not gonna be enough. Okay, we're just gonna cook the rest of this meat into meals, and it's gonna go bad in 0.3 hours, 4 seconds, but yep, we got most of it. We only lost 2 meat. So overall, that was pretty good. With this huge stockpile of kibble we now have, we got 50 over here too. We can now start taming these boomlopes that actually enter our territory. And by the way, I made it so our warg cannot get anywhere near these boomlopes. I'm not sure if the warg would hunt them, but yeah, the warg is not allowed in this area. And now Ibis is going to try to tame these things, which... I don't think they have a very high chance to manhunter. Only a 1.3 chance to revenge on tame fail. And Ibis should have a pretty good chance. Yeah, 32% chance to tame these babies. And this is going to give us a steady supply of chem fuel, which is going to be amazing for combat because, like I explained at the start, we can load that chem fuel into Ibis's Phoenix armor, and we can launch that as like a big fiery projectile at enemies. Vulture, by the way, is about to make, I guess, her 2nd sculpture, and she made a good one, and she already made a normal one apparently. They don't give that much beauty. The good one gives 100, and the normal one gives 50, but that might be enough to boost this room. And actually, we should do this before they eat in here. Ibis, don't eat yet. Okay, now you can eat. And let's see. The room's actually unfortunately really dirty, and its impressiveness is awful. One thing we can do to help fix this is we can smooth all of these surfaces, and we're actually gonna do that with the walls too. These walls do need to be smoothed, and it will give extra beauty, I believe, because right now they give -2 beauty for each wall, and the floors also do lower beauty by 1 each. And oh yeah, all the dirt in here lowers beauty by so much. -15 for each dirt. So yeah, that's why the room is so bad right now. I set green to have... oh crap, a lynx is hunting our monkey for food. You can't hunt our monkey for food. Only we can kill our monkey for food. And that didn't hit, unfortunately. We're gonna have to have Ibis come in here and... okay, Ibis just one-shotted that thing. Yeah, this Persona Plasma Sword is really strong. It does 11.11, I guess, DPS. The Plasma Swords do have a secondary effect though, and you guys will see it later on if you don't know about it already. Oh, and here we go. We got our first raid, and oh man, there's a lot of dudes. 5 dudes are raiding us. That's not good. We are not really currently ready for combat right now. And here they come. Unfortunately, okay, nice. Our animals woke up. I put them in a zone over here, and I forgot to put them out of line of sight of these raiders. But yeah, here comes a worm, and we got our monkey and our warg over here with everyone else. Aside from Green. Green's currently sleeping because Green cannot fight. Yeah, let's melee worm. Oh. We got Worm pretty good, actually. Worm's already down. Very nice. Part of me kind of wants to have Ibis just charge in, but I don't want Ibis to get tagged at all. We're going to move our Warg and Monkey in, and we're going to have them intercept Amigo. I put a zone over here, and yeah, they're actually tanking for us. Perfect. And Roar's down. Very nice. We knocked out 2 of them. Let's have Ibis just charge Raccoon. Lyra got tagged. That's not ideal. And Ibis is in melee range of Raccoon, though. This is really good. They're gonna run pretty soon, I think. Raccoon got down too, very nice. And by the way, our warg is tanking beautifully. The thing is gonna die in 8 hours though. These guys should run though, very soon. And yeah, there we go. We killed Amigo, and Black's gonna run. I don't think Black will fight back. Or Black's, yeah, Black's on fire. And that's the effect of the plasma sword. It will set people on fire. And by the way, Rory is burning really bad. We're gonna have Dorna come over here and extinguish that fire. And we're just gonna try to, oh, okay, we knocked out Black too. We only killed 1 of them, very nice. They are bleeding really bad though, so we gotta kind of decide who we want, because I don't think we can save all of them. So Worm's really good at cooking, and actually pretty much has the same traits as Green, really. Yeah, they have the same exact traits, and pretty much the same cooking skill. Like, what are the chances of that? But yeah, they have the same exact traits, and Worm's not going to be good at anything else besides combat. So yeah, Worm, we don't want you, which is unfortunate too, because Worm actually is one of the people that are bleeding the least. She's got 8 hours. Meanwhile, Roar over here only has 5. Roar's good at animals and social. We already have Ibis though, who's good at that stuff. I don't think we're going to prioritize Roar too much. Raccoon though, holy cow, 16 in planting. He's also a cannibal too, so he doesn't mind wearing dead people's gear, and he's actually not that bad at combat, or it's a she rather. Roar would be really someone that we want to save. She's got 5 hours and she didn't get any permanent injuries from this fight. She just has a scar on her index finger, which is not that bad. So yeah, we're definitely going to prioritize capturing Raccoon. Black's actually not terrible either, although she is slothful, which lowers her global work speed by 35%. Okay, that really sucks. But she is good at medical and construction, and she's not bad at planting too. Like with the trait Optimist, which gives her a permanent mood effect of +6, and then Slothful lowers her mental break threshold, she's never gonna have a mental breakdown. Like, is it worth it to pick her up too? Ooh, we did burn off her right leg though. Well, that makes it a bit harder of a decision. Yeah, I think we're just gonna let her die. The only person we're gonna save out of this group is Raccoon with her amazing cooking skill. We will strip the rest of them though. And Rory actually had a really nice double strand war veil, which gives 28% protection to the head. Ibis is currently using this good wooden war mask we crafted, which gives a bit less protection. And by the way, Ibis's armor held up really well there. She's only got a really small bleed, and the armor soaked up pretty much the rest of the attacks. We're starting to recruit Raccoon, which we got 0.6 resist down the first time Ibis talked to her. We also need to move the prisoner cell, and we're gonna put Raccoon in this room, and we're gonna try to make this room as nice as we can, at least with what we got. We can't yet build an end table or a dresser, which is kind of unfortunate. I think we're gonna prioritize that tech next after we do stone cutting, which we're almost done with. Also plop a table and a stool in here, might as well. And by the way, we got our first quest, the Ambushed Baron. A Baron of the Broken Empire is being hunted by a manhunting snow hare. Oh, that looks terrifying. We're gonna accept this quest with our leader Ibis. And oh, this is actually really cool. So Assalon actually has Word of Love and Word of Serenity. Oh, we can actually make someone want to fall in love with another person, not just the caster. That's amazing. The question now is, who do you want to fall in love? I don't think there's any point of making the prisoner fall in love with anyone. I'm pretty sure that won't work. And Vulture is staggeringly ugly, so everyone pretty much hates Vulture. This could be Vulture's only shot at love though. Dorna also really dislikes and distrusts men, so this could be her only shot at love, at least for a while until we get that ability. Let's try to matchmake them, the staggeringly ugly Vulture with the I don't like men Dorna. Oh, by the way, the snow hare's here. Can Vulture hit it? Or Dorna's gonna whack it, I guess. Or it hit a Scion, which is not good, by the way. He's now gonna be in minor pain and his mood's going down quite a bit. And by the way, that actually turned out to not be the best idea. Vulture does have a 41 opinion of Dorna, but Dorna still really does not like Vulture. And by the way, the shuttle's here. I think we're just gonna have Asal Eon just get in the shuttle, and yeah, we're gonna send her away. Just because I didn't want her to have a mental breakdown and something bad could end up happening potentially. We're now gonna start researching basic furniture into complex furniture, and yeah, even complex furniture costs 600 research and the base cost is only 400. Playing as tribal is gonna be rough trying to tech up, and oh, we got a inspired creativity on Vulture. He's got 11 art, by the way. We could have him make something really nice. I think the play here might be to make a grand sculpture out of wood. We only have 318 wood, but if we go chop some more and we get 400 wood, that grand sculpture might be really beautiful. So we're gonna do that. And by the way, we have a trader here from one of the nearby tribes. They will buy the bows that were dropped by the raiders, sell them the crappier ones at least. And we don't need this gear, I don't think. We're gonna sell all this off for actually a pretty good profit. And that leaves 3 pretty good bows, by the way. These recur bows are solid. We have this Pila that we don't need anymore, and we can sell him this other short bow as well. And yeah, that's pretty much all of his silver. And there he goes, he's leaving. And by the way, we just got another trader. This bulk goods trader will of course buy bulk goods, which we don't really have a whole lot of extras lying around. They will buy our alpaca though that we just tamed for 229. Okay, we're gonna sell them that. And there's a couple more animals on the map that we're gonna have Ibis go try to tame in the morning. Currently she's really tired. Okay, there she goes. She's just gonna get up and meditate at the anima tree. By the way, we have 7 anima grass so far, and yeah, everyone is meditating. So the way I did this is I set up a 2-hour time slot. Whenever people get up, they immediately go meditate, and then Vulture also has a meditation time slot, but Vulture is sleeping during the day, so his sleeping schedule is a bit weird. But yeah, everyone meditated, and Ibis, you have kibble. Oh, you only have 7 kibble. Okay. Ibis is gonna have to go grab some more kibble. So there's 2 more alpacas on the map, and I think there's like a 60% chance. Yeah, team failed again, really. I literally watched Ibis fail both these alpacas, and there we go, we tamed one of them. Up here in the top left corner of the map, though, we have 4 donkeys, and there's actually only 1 male, by the way, 3 females, which actually is not bad. And yeah, 78% chance tame failed. That's unfortunate. We're gonna try to tame all these, and I don't know if we want to dump off any of these donkeys, actually. They're really good pack animals, and with 3 females, we could actually breed them too. And yeah, Ibis did not bring enough kibble up here. So without the pickup and haul mod, you can't actually put things in people's inventories, which is really annoying. It's really hard to play with a mod like that and then not be able to play with it because of the new update. And by the way, these guys are leaving. They will buy our other alpaca though, and by the way, we had a male and a female, which is unfortunate. We could have breeded them, but that's okay. We'll just breed the donkeys. The alpacas actually would have shedded us wool too, which is a nice thing, but they're a lot slower than the donkeys and they carry less, so that's why I prioritize the donkeys instead. We could also dump them off the female donkey we just trained, and there's still 2 more. I think we'll just do that because yeah, we don't have a lot of silver right now, and we're up to 1100 silver, I think it was, which potentially is enough for us to go on a trade mission. Oh, and there we go. We finally researched basic furniture so we can make simple beds, basic tables, stools, benches, and more, which we already could make basic tables. Now onwards towards complex furniture. Oh, by the way, there's a medieval tournament going on for some really cool rewards, actually. The category for this tournament is melee. Having a colonist with a high melee accuracy would be an advantage. Okay, so we got 11 days to decide if we want to do the tournament or not, and in the meantime, I want to see if the giddy up mod will work. So we're going to tame these 2 donkeys, or we're going to hope that we tame them. 70% chance fail. Come on, Ibis. And why did you stop taming that one? She ran out of kibble. Very nice. All right, it's a new day, and we're going to try to tame these things again. There we go, much better. And can we get the last one? 83% chance failed, really. Ibis does have 13 animals now, which, yeah, that actually went back down to 12. Unfortunately, the mod Mad Skills, which does prevent skill decay, it slows the decay and it prevents skills from going down in tiers. That mod's still in 1.1. It might actually work. I should try it. Ibis was trying to recruit Raccoon, and the Raccoon just completely ignored her and is now sleeping on the freaking floor, really? Why are you sleeping during the day, Raccoon? And yeah, Ibis is actually back up to 13 animals because she's taming this donkey, or training it up rather. We're training up the donkey's guard skill, and we have a 100% chance to do that, which is very nice. Once we get that guard skill up to 3, we'll see if we can actually mount these animals. Oh, and a freaking hare came over here to the corpse area. Our animals just obliterated it because yeah, they're starving. But yeah, we're gonna let these animals just go wherever they want. I put them in an area over here so they could eat these people, but they're now rotting, so they can't be eaten anymore. Holy crap, we got a massive group of manhunting squirrels, and here they come. We already took out one, which is great. Oh, another one down. And our warg, by the way, is actually helping out. So we got our warg over here, and it one-shots those squirrels. Like, this thing does not care about squirrels. Ibis got tagged, by the way, on the head by a squirrel. Squirrel just freaking leaped up and hit her in the head, and Splash the warg actually got tagged in the body. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the squirrels, I think. Splash is just loving life right now. Like, she doesn't know what to do. She's just bathing in squirrel meat. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of squirrel meat for Green to butcher up, at least when she can get around to it. Meanwhile, over here we got Vulture working on this wooden grand sculpture, and this is kind of exciting because Vulture has the inspired creativity buff, and yeah, there's only 30 work left on this. This is pretty exciting. What are we gonna get? With her 12 in art, and actually she just got 12 in art, by the way. She's got a 20% chance to make a legendary here, 52% chance to make a masterwork. So we're gonna hope for masterwork, or I guess we'll hope for legendary, but probably not gonna get legendary. 3, 2, 1, and masterwork. Okay, that's what we were expecting. And yeah, 2,000 beauty on this thing. It's got a market value of 1,800, so that's going to improve our wealth by quite a bit, which is not a good thing, but it's going to make our dining room really nice. And we're actually just going to plop that in our dining room, which is going to boost its impressiveness from 76 to, okay, that pretty much doubled it. It's now extremely impressive. If we get it up to 171 impressiveness, it will be unbelievably impressive, but it's going to be pretty hard to do that. Extremely impressive is really good, and that's going to boost everyone's mood that eats inside of it, and they should be pretty happy about their barracks now. I think they say slightly impressive barrack, but That's about to be buffed once they wake up. And yeah, it got buffed to extremely impressive barrack. So what was that, like a -2 moodlet, turning over to a 2 moodlet. And by the way, since we're pretty deep in the threshold for extremely impressive, we can move these smaller statues into our prisoner cell room, because we can go all the way down to 120 impressiveness and it will still be extremely impressive. So we're wasting 24 impressiveness basically. But yeah, we'll move the statues in here, and just one statue actually buffed it to decent impressiveness, and that was even just a normal one. The good one buffs it up to slightly impressive, and the other normal one will actually be really close. Yep, it's somewhat impressive actually. That's one impressiveness above the threshold. 65 to 50 is slightly impressive, and 65 to 85 is okay. It just went down to slightly impressive. And there we go. If we just clean the trash and keep this room clean, its impressiveness went back up to 68. Over here we got Ibis doing the last guard training that this donkey needs so that we can mount it. And yeah, 100% chance. Can we mount? Yes, we can mount the donkey. It looks like this mod does work for this patch. The question is, will it work on caravans? The caravan system did get reworked recently. One thing to note about the mod Giddy Up Caravans, which this is the part that allows you to mount animals on the world map. You don't want to be like this guy Kaz the mercenary, where his animals are dying when he enters the world map. He even put in a screenshot, and yeah, he gets this little message down here: his caravan has been lost. And this will happen if you're trying to mount animals on the world map and you're using Save Our Ship 2. So what I usually do in the early game is just I don't use Save Our Ship 2, and by the way, it has not been updated to 1.2 yet. But then when I'm ready for space travel, which I've actually never been yet, but when I do get to that point eventually someday, I'll install the mod and then stop using Giddy Up Caravans. And a small side note, speaking of mods, by the way, I'm just going to put all the mods I'm using in a mod pack below. But yeah, so since we trained up the donkey, we're now going to try to mount it on the world map. We're going to form a caravan, and there's a new caravan system. So immediately we plan our route, and it says it's going to take 2.43 days. And it says at the bottom, this is just the default caravan speed. Our speed may vary. So yeah, we're going to accept, and now we're going to try to, ooh, it looks like there is the set rider button here. So we might be able to mount the donkey. So have Ibis try to mount, and yeah, our speed goes way up. It's automatically selecting the food and medicine that we need. I think I want to bring like 4 meals though. We could also bring along our silver. That's going to slow us down a bit though. Could bring this alpaca though, and that could carry some of the silver, and our warg actually would boost our movement speed. I think we want to keep our warg in base though. How about the fox? Oh, it actually would increase our movement speed, but we'd actually have to feed one of our meals to the fox, I think. So yeah, we're not going to bring it along. The question is, do we want to bring our silver? Like, I think we definitely do, because there's a castle down here that we could trade with, and there's this stronghold that we could trade with as well, and I'm pretty sure we're going to pass by this stronghold on the way back because it's on the road. We could also bring along all these leathers and this chem fuel as well, and that's going to slow us down not by much. This bedroll actually was going to slow us down a bit too. But yeah, she's now gathering the supplies, and let's see if she's going to be quicker at doing this than it was with the old caravans. It's not looking like it that much. Like, the animals are kind of just being a little bit derpy and they're not following that well. It didn't actually take that long, I guess. And yep, we're ready to go. By the way, there's 12 chem fuel over here. Let's load that in the caravan. And just like that, we're off. And by the way, you'll notice that we did not lose our donkey. So yeah, definitely don't use Save Our Ship 2 if you want your animals to survive. And by the way, we're moving at 78 tiles per day now because we're on the road. It looks like she's going to make a little shortcut here to get to this other road. We also left kind of during the nighttime, and yeah, she's now going to rest, but we did give her a bedroll, so her comfort's actually not terrible while she's resting on the road. Apparently she ate raw food. I wonder why that was. And she got insulted. Who dare insult our great leader Ibis? This is kind of a funny mechanic. So back at our base, there's an eclipse, and there should be one on the world map, and normally you can't move when it's dark. And people justified this by being like, oh, well, it's dark, you can't see on the road. But if that were the case, why can you move during an eclipse? It's kind of an annoying mechanic too, because even if your caravan's fully rested, they still will not move if it's dark. So the tournament is being hosted by Suta of the Raistia dynasty, and the category is melee. There are 3 other competitors in the tournament, all eager to have a chance at winning the following prizes: Blazing Steel Plasteel Claws Masterwork, as well as a comfortable heavy fur blouse and a quickening sheep wool tunic masterwork. So yeah, we're gonna have Ibis participate, and we won the tournament. In round 1, Ibis easily beat Hutch's swordsmanship. In round 2, Whitey toppled like a domino to Ibis's courage. And in round 3, Ibis easily surpassed Marta's swordsmanship with might. She gained 6k XP and we got new items. So that's really cool. We're now gonna have Ibis head over to Benue Castle. Meanwhile, we got this quest, Destitute Travelers. This is one of the new ones. 3 desperate refugees are approaching. Their leader is called Norman. They claim to have lost their home in a recent attack. Norman begs you for permission to stay at the Flame by the Ocean for 15 days so they can rest and regroup. In return, they offer work and they will fight for free during that time. If you make them happy, some of them may offer to join you. They may also reward you later for helping them, but there's no way to know their true intentions, and they're not part of any faction. If we choose, we can kill, arrest, sell, or harvest them without any diplomatic consequences. We're definitely gonna accept. And hopefully these guys are good. Looks like we got Rick from Rick and Morty. That's awesome. He's not very smart though. I guess he's Rick's special brother maybe. He's a psychopath cannibal, but he's a wimp. Interesting trait combo there. He's good at melee. He's not really good at stuff that's gonna help us around base that much. I mean, he's got foreign planting, so he can plant, I guess. But he would be good as like a, I guess, extra meatball, at least until he falls down really early on because he's a wimp. And then Norman is actually really good at intellectual, and she's also a good medic. She just has an annoying voice though, which is, oh, that's annoying. People are really gonna hate her for that. Well, we're kind of striking out there, and yep, I'm already seeing that Eric is in mental break threshold with his 50% minor mental break threshold because he's volatile, and that increases it by 15%, although he learns quicker. And again, he's a researcher, and he's also good at shooting. He's an optimist too, so he gets a permanent mood effect of +6. He has a slowpoke, but that only lowers his movement speed slightly. I think the plan here is we're gonna build some extra research tables for Norman and Eric, and their mood's gonna be amazing. By the way, we are almost done with complex furniture, so we're not going to build them any stools for now. We're going to wait and build them some chairs once we're done with that. We could also wait on these beds too. I guess there's no rush. Let's compare the simple beds to the normal wooden beds. Simple beds lower comfort by 0.05, and they also have no beauty, whereas wooden beds have 1. They also have slightly less surgery success chance, immunity gain, and a little bit less rest effectiveness. So yeah, I think we'll just hold out and wait for the wooden beds. It's really good that I caught this too, because we were just about to build all these beds. Yeah, let's have Dorna come over here and finish up these research tables. And then Eric and Norman are going to start doing research for us, and they're actually researching really quick with both of them on it. And then we got Lyra on it too. Oh yeah, we're getting research done quickly. We're mowing through it, and we got complex furniture done. Well, we got 3 researchers now. What do we want to do? And by the way, Vanilla Expanded has a really nice tree. All this stuff was over in the main tree, and it looked really bad, but it's now on its own tree, and I'm really a fan of that. I think the next tech we're going to go for is complex clothing. That's going to allow us to make aprons for people, and we're pretty much going to want to give those to everyone because they increase global work speed by 10%. So yeah, we're going to go for that next. Meanwhile, on the road, Ibis made it over to Benue Castle, and we're going to solve all these leathers. And holy cow, these blazing steel plasteel claws value at 755. Oh, they have a legendary enchant on them. Whoa. 25% chance to cause a small flame explosion, dealing 30% of the damage. I don't know if we want that. For a melee weapon, that doesn't seem all that good. It's going to explode on whoever's fighting with it. It does increase heat armor by 50% though, and one thing I'm wondering is, can we actually extract this enchant? I've never actually done it, but I'm pretty sure there's a way to. And we could put this on our Persona monosword, and that would be an insane enchant because Ibis already has a bunch of heat resist, so I don't know if the explosion would actually affect her. I think that might be a really good play. We'll hold on to these for now. We also picked up this comfortable heavy fur blouse, which isn't super amazing. Like, it doesn't give us any bonus stats aside from some armor, so we're just gonna dump it off. We also got this masterwork sheepwool tunic from the quest, and this actually doesn't give us any bonus stuff either, aside from, I guess, a little bit of extra movement speed, like a very negligible amount, I guess, because it's got the quickening enchant. These guys do actually have a couple cool things, like this shield belt is 478 bucks, and it's going to be really hard for us to make shield belts. It's way down the tech tree, and if we pick up one of these, Ibis can use it, and that's going to be really good for her melee ability, as it will block ranged projectiles. So yeah, we're going to pick up one of those. The adjustable one's actually the same price as the regular one, and it just takes less time to equip. That's all the enchant does. They also have a good Naga shield belt. So the Naga shield belt gives about half the amount of shield, and this one's a good one. I think the normal one gives like 50%, but you can fire out of it, so it actually is pretty useful for our range user. So we're gonna grab the good one too. Meanwhile, back at base, we're building our first wooden dining chair. Let's see the quality of it. Normal, not bad. Dorna's only got 7 construction. And our next one is normal. Okay, that's pretty much what we're gonna expect. Oh, and by the way, I almost forgot to build a wooden file cabinet next to these tables, and this boosts research speed by 5% to all these wooden simple research benches. Eric, where are you going? He's consuming a simple meal. Apparently he's hungry. But yeah, Eric's mood is insanely good, by the way. It's going down a little bit because he's drowsy and apparently he's ratty apparel. But yeah, his mood's almost maxed out. If we keep it this way, he'll probably end up joining us, I'm guessing. Now, do we want him to join us? I'm not really sure. I mean, he's a shooter and a researcher. That's not a bad combo. And him being volatile with the higher mental break chance doesn't really matter that much because he's going to be researching full time and his mood's always going to be good. And like same with Norman, her mood is really good as well. She did sleep on the ground and she's apparently in serious pain because of this bite scar, which is kind of annoying. That does lower her manipulation by a little bit. It's going to make her a bit slow at researching, but not by much. It's actually less than Lyra. Lyra's manipulation is down to 92% because of that right index finger. Meanwhile, we got Rick's special brother just pretty much hauling around the base full time. And yeah, I really don't care that much if this guy joins us. His mood's decent and he's also sleeping on the ground. We could fix the sleeping on the ground thing. Right now, actually, we have enough wood to build all these beds. I don't know if this is enough for everyone. It might be though. Oh, okay, never mind. Dorna botched. 2% chance, by the way, that she botches that. So yeah, not very lucky. Holy crap, Eric already wants to join, by the way. He already believes he's happy here. Well, okay, I mean, I guess we'll take it. He also just got inspired research, by the way, and yeah, new recruit. He's gonna research twice as fast for the next 8 days. Holy cow. And yeah, this is just him doing research on normal speed. On ultra, yeah, he's researching quick. Dude freaking loves it here though. His mood is fully maxed out, and the higher someone's mood is, the higher chance they have of getting a inspiration. Meanwhile, on the road, Ibis made it over to Hisome's stronghold, and this is the weirdest thing. They have another undergrounder Gormand. That's the third person we've seen so far with this trait combo. Like, is that just so common on this world or something? I don't know. She's good at cooking and plants, but we already have someone that's good at cooking. And by the way, she costs 1900. We can't afford her. But yeah, those guys didn't really have anything we wanted. We just sold them our cloth tribal wear, and I was just gonna head back home. She's not in the greatest mood, and apparently she ate kibble. Evidently, we ran out of food. I was a bit scared that Ibis was gonna have a mental breakdown, but she got into our amazing rec room, and yeah, she's now pretty happy. She's now doing recreation and boom, her mood is just insanely boosted. Extremely impressive rec room, extremely impressive dining room, gorgeous environment, or it went back down to beautiful. She still feels bad about eating the kibble, but yeah, this room is just freaking amazing with this sculpture. We ended up researching complex clothing. Now what do we want to research? Probably smithing, because with that we can make hammers, which increase construction speed by quite a bit. Oh, and by the way, I didn't even notice this, but Ibis apparently has a human ceremony quest we gotta accept, and that will boost her silent level. Yeah, we'll accept that. And holy cow, these guys are loaded to the freaking teeth. It's too bad we couldn't wait longer to accept this quest, like for example when we got raided. We only had 21 hours left and I could have waited a little bit longer, but yeah. Here we go, we're gonna do the bestowing ceremony. And Ibis gained the human title now. And she also picked up the ability Chunk Skip, which will automatically draw in 5 chunks of rock or slag. And it actually reminds me, we have not been stone cutting. We definitely need to plop a stone cutter table in here. I would put it in our main room, but it lowers cleanliness and we want to keep that room clean in case people get injured and we need to put them in there. And yeah, let's try to Chunk Skip. And there we go, we just brought in 5 chunks. It did cost a bit of heat, not that much though. And it's just something we can do every once in a while when I remember to do it. And Ibis can just bring some chunks in here for whoever's gonna stone cut. So Pittman, one of our refugees, ended up going into a daze, and we got a new lover event where Green and Dorna somehow fell in love, even though I was trying to match make Dorna with Vulture. She ended up falling for Green, which was interesting because she's a Misandrist, so she doesn't like men. But yeah, that was cool. And I was moving around the bed so they could all be connected to an end table, so we only had to build 2 end tables when something happened that I did not expect. Holy crap, Norman betrayed us. Whoa, that was scary. I was so focused on reassembling these beds and I just saw Norman go angry mode. That's not something I was expecting, needless to say. Does that mean the other guy is gonna defect as well? Oh yeah, Pittman actually defected too. Maybe we don't have to worry about Pittman. We'll just have Eric come over here and shoot at Norman. Okay, Norman's gonna back off. No, not what we wanted. And Norman's down. Meanwhile over here, Pittman is attacking one of our boom lopes. Not the smartest idea, because the only really good outcome is he kills the boom lope. Okay, he knocked it out. He shattered its rear right hoof, and it was pregnant. How dare you, Pittman? Pittman, by the way, does have a bad back. And oh, we knocked him out. Norman has 77 resist. Holy cow, she really hates us. Well, Norman, you had an annoying voice anyways, so no one's gonna miss you. How about Pittman? His resist is only 36, but we don't care about this guy. We were gonna dump him anyways. I will say that it's actually kind of sad though. I was liking having that extra researcher, and Norman also did have 8 medical. Really thought she was gonna join us, but yeah, she had that deception planned all along, I guess. I think it's gonna be too annoying to take these slaves over to a nearby faction to sell them off, so we're actually just gonna release them. Even though Pittman did attack back a pregnant boomalope, and the boomalope ended up miscarrying too because she was in poor health. It's so sad. But yeah, even though Pittman doesn't have any morals, backstabbed us even though we treated him really well, attacked our pregnant boomalope. We're not going to stoop to his level, and we're still going to release him, even though he's probably going to go commit some horrible atrocity somewhere else, posing as a poor refugee along with his leader Norman. Although Norman does now have an infection in her torso. And what we hope is that she wakes up from pain shock before this infection kills her. We could actually move a nice bed in here for her. That would slow down the infection. We should probably do that. It's still really bad though. Her immunity's at 16, the infection's at 30. Come on, Norman, please wake up so we can release you, and you can later die to the infection on the road, and no one's gonna care. And speaking of prisoners, unfortunately Raccoon's gonna have to share a room with Norman for now. It's gonna lower her mood. She has a slightly impressive barrack now. She is down a 5.3 resist though, and we're gonna be able to recruit her pretty soon, and we'll have access to that massive 15 planting. What is that? Vulture made a masterwork sandstone small sculpture for 275 beauty. Okay, we're gonna plop this thing in our prisoner cell, I think, which does increase its impressiveness up to somewhat impressive. It's actually really close to the threshold of very impressive, and oh, we got a good limestone sculpture over here. That will bump it up to very impressive. Yep, which gives a 3 bonus mood for a very impressive barrack, which actually Raccoon's not going to have that for long because Norman actually woke up, and we're going to release her. She's off to the races with a major infection that is not tended, and it's at 67%. Her immunity is only at 39, so yeah, she's dead to that. And on second thought, holy crap, we're getting sieged? Oh no. That's a lot of freaking dudes. And they got guns and stuff. Oh no. Like, decent guns. Oh, this guy's got dynamite. This guy has a fine hunting rifle. This is a bit disastrous, I will say. Holy crap, they're already firing mortars. Oh no. Where's this gonna hit? Please nowhere important. Not in the main room. Oh. That did not hit anything important. What did it hit? What was over here? There was, oh, or a dining table. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, sieges are not fun to deal with. We're getting Ibis in here though, and we're gonna launch an incendiary at these guys. Can't do it with the shield belt on. We gotta take it off. Okay, we got it off, and now we're gonna launch an incendiary right out of this mortar. And now run, Ibis. I think that's gonna be enough. These guys should back off. Yep. Or they're not going to back off. They're going to assault our colony now. What's our donkey doing? It's actually not that injured. Wow, that was really good. Hopefully the shield belt doesn't burn up, by the way. Never mind, actually it won't burn up because it's raining. But yeah, I'm not sure we want to play this. So we got Ibis back here. She's reloading up her... Whoa, that was quick. She reloaded up her suit so quick. One thing I don't like about this Settlers mod, by the way, is Settlers has this dynamite, which is so broken. But yeah, so we got some animals down here. We ended up taming 4 yaks that enter our territory. They're really easy to tame. They have a 0 handling skill requirement. We could also, by the way, draw in some chunks over here to give us a little bit of cover. But it's like, then what? And Ia is actually trying to knock down our door. Okay, I actually got a plan here. So Doc's actually coming in. Okay, they're already in. This is not good. We need to hit Sellers and not let them throw dynamite. Okay, we already set him on fire. That's amazing. Doc's also really low as well. Ilikaboo is actually loading up a shot, which is not good for us. It's a incendiary launcher, which actually isn't that bad for us because Ibis has really good heat protection. By the way, we might just launch an incendiary right. Oh, nice. We killed their dynamite guy, and Ilikaboo is launching an incendiary. And it didn't even hit Ibis, it just hit the donkey. Which, by the way, this stupid donkey has dementia. I was noticing, like, earlier I couldn't mount it. I thought it was some bug, but I'm wondering if that's why. But yeah, we have Ibis dueling with Doc over here, and Ilikaboo is gonna probably wind up another shot. Okay, we just got a random event that the mayor died of the bandits. Wait, did we kill him? Orion Doc. Oh yeah, that's the mayor. We just killed their freaking... What stupid mayor goes in first on a raid? That dude is just not the smartest. I thought it was one of our dudes that died though. I was scared there for a second. And speaking of which, I think we're just gonna pull Lyra back. We have our yak going in here just tanking, and our warg is actually going in too. So they're kind of just drawing aggro for us, and the donkey with dementia is actually going in too. And then they're actually firing some smoke. So this is actually perfect for us. We're gonna launch an incendiary right in the middle of all these guys with Ibis's cataphract armor. Maybe we get a bit closer just so we have a better accuracy. Yeah, right on Arab's face. Oh, are you kidding me? That was awful, Ibis. That was the worst shot you could have actually made. Okay, we'll have her to load the cataphract armor back up. You know when they say good try? That was not one of those times where it was a good try. Oh crap, Vulture, why are you out here, you freaking idiot? I really hope Vulture doesn't get hit here. Okay, Vulture somehow made it out, thankfully. Yeah, our animals are going in, they're just tanking for us, which is great. They're not tanking that well. They're not lasting that long, but... And yeah, now the question is, where do we want to launch our incendiary? We got 2 people stacked right here, Whoops and Honey. We got Ia and Arab also stacked right here. And we got Chuck and then Black Rose over here as well. If we toss an incendiary right here though, it's gonna explode on our animals. So I'm not sure exactly how we want to do this. We could have Lyra come over here and grab the dynamite, by the way, and then just use that to shoot at these guys. And then Lyra actually has the Naga shielding belt, by the way, so she can take a couple hits. And yeah, here comes the dynamite. Oh, that insta blew up on all of our animals though. That right there is why dynamite sucks. I mean, it did blow up on like 5 of them, I think, but yeah, I really don't know if that was a good thing. I'm gonna say like we are surviving here, so yeah, it was a good thing. And I think we're just gonna have Ibis come in here and start. Yep, I had a sneaking suspicion that we only need to knock out like 1 more person. These guys are now running, and by the way, we knocked out a ton of them. We're gonna have everyone else just come in here for cleanup duty. Is Kook any good? She's not that good, and she's frail too. Okay, we're gonna have Lyra come over here and grab the double action revolver. And by the way, we're gonna have Ibis just charge these guys. Jerk's gonna get out. They're all gonna get out. Whatever. Ibis is kind of hurt too, so we gotta bandage her up. And what about these prisoners though? So they didn't die to the dynamite, although Black Rose lost her left leg. She's not that good, so no to her. What about Ia? Holy burning passions and freaking great memory, by the way, which actually isn't that good without the mad skills mod, and I actually really want to check and see if that works. But that mod not only lowers skill decay, but it also changes around this trait, so this boosts their skill learning rate by I think 25%. But yeah, she's good at so many things. She could be a planter, and she could also be a shooter and a medic as well. Those are all things we kind of need. She's also a action girl, so she gets 20% more global work speed and a little bit extra movement speed. Yeah, we definitely want to save this girl. She actually doesn't have any permanent injuries from the dynamite, by the way, which is amazing. So yeah, we're gonna have Eric come over here and capture her. Chuck is really not that good. He also gets sick pretty often with the sickly trait. And then we finally got Whoops, who, yeah, Whoops is not that good. Strip Whoops. And then, by the way, who's shooting? What are you shooting at? Oh, he did. Or Honey did. Who's Honey? I did not see Honey, who is a night owl and is good at mining. She's apparently frail. I don't know if that's a permanent thing though, because it's yellow. That's kind of weird. Oh, and he actually had some flash grenades and some overalls too. Okay, we want to not kill him, hopefully. Don't kill him. Knock him out. Oh crap, we're not gonna get the flash grenades. One more shot. Oh, we knocked him out at the very edge. So we stripped the raiders that were still alive for all their gear. Some of them bled out, but we were able to save some of them. Mainly we saved Law, who had all the burning passions. We then got a incapacitated refugee quest, and we gotta go rescue this guy. He's pretty close by, and he's being guarded by 2 cougars, which we're gonna do at the start of the next episode. With that, I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.